What's going on, everyone? Welcome out to the stream. Hello, Kirsten. Hello, Finn. Welcome in. Hello to anyone else also watching, lurking, hanging out. Hope you're doing well. I forgot to tweet out that I'm live, so give me just a second. Just a second. Oh, oh, there we go. Hello, hello. Why am I bright again? I don't know. I think some YouTube did something with usernames a while ago, and I'm not aware of this change, but they did something. Because now on my end, everyone has the @ symbol. I'm not up to date like I was with YouTube updates and whatever they're doing, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. But I got the shiny charm. Uh, I'll still need to finish this task just because my completionist self will drive me insane if I leave one task undone. But I got charm, so this can be the very first hunt that I do with it. I still don't really have a target in Area 20. We were just kind of doing Area 20 and having a fun old time with it. So I don't know what to expect nor what to look for. Just anything that has a pulse and sparkles is fine with me. Will I ever get lucky and now get a shiny alpha? Probably not, because my luck in Legends Arceus was not kind, so that's not probably going to happen. Highly unlikely in all likelihood. Unless I was like hunting specifically, like grinding out and finding one, because that could take hours. Because I finally got a shiny alpha in Legends Arceus, just one, after 10 hours of hunting in a single day. If you get the Charmander or Tepig, I'm gonna be mad. Not gonna lie, I've spent so much time on them right now. Lucky for you. Well, I guess not lucky for you. I'm gonna catch them if they show up, but I don't technically need them for my shiny charm. Or for my shiny decks. I already have the entire Charmander line. I already have the entire Tepig line. I'm chilling in that department that even if I don't run over to that area, what did I really miss? What did I truly miss? A starter that everyone knows, or like a starter that no one picked. You know? Ta-da! You can see I stopped doing the battles as soon as I got the necessary battles. I literally left. I did 8. I did break my record though. 48. Count them. 48. That was my new record, but I mean that's still not 72 like people are getting on Twitter, and I still have not watched a guide. So if I did 48 without a guide, then that's got to count for something. That's got to count for something. I gotten 7 other shinies from Area 22, which are dupes. Ah, so you're in phase 8 of the hunt? I'm still debating on if I add a phase counter to my layout. I'm debating it, to be honest with you. Because I feel like if I were to hunt something specific, I would phase numerous times. I mean, I did technically phase when I was hunting the Pyroar because I got Skarmory before it. Which is still kind of insane because Skarmory's the single spawn. But like luck and life works in mysterious, funny ways. It does indeed. Oh my god. Okay, let's fly. I'm very excited, chat. I have a 3-day weekend. I don't have to work tomorrow. Hee hee, haha. I would say I get to sleep, but I don't get to sleep because I have to go to the doctor. However, just know, if I had the opportunity, I would take the opportunity to sleep. Trust and believe it. Yoo-hoo, big summer blowout. I'm off for a week and a bit on Sunday. A whole entire week? Living, laughing, and loving it. I love a long weekend. I know, it's kind of perfect because it'll actually give me time to do my makeup tomorrow before the Halloween party. Oop, I did not even reset the area. I literally just walked right back in. So that gives me time to do it because this is my first time doing, like, I'm not gonna say intricate makeup, but it is like, it is a design on my face. So it's gonna take a reference picture and me sitting up on the countertop, like face like directly into the mirror. Make sure it's not like wobbly and whatnot. I'm not familiar with makeup, to be honest with you, so I was thinking about maybe going to CVS and getting like a pen, like a makeup pen. I'm just not sure if it matches the same color as the makeup I got off Amazon. I don't know. I'm new to the makeup department. This was my first time buying makeup, chat. Very fun, very exciting. I don't know why that Dragalge just made my heart drop because I was like, that's a weird Malamar. It's a weird looking Malamar over there. Also, I'm maybe thinking about doing a multicolor makeup. I haven't decided yet. It's either going to be all... It's going to be like black and white, or maybe if I can find a red... I don't know. Is there such a thing as red makeup? Like, if I could go to CVS, could I get a pen that is red and do makeup with it? Is there, like, stuff I could coat on my face that is just, like, purely red? Because I would do a multicolor like that. Lipstick? That's true, but I wouldn't put lipstick around, like, my eyeballs. Listen, I don't need to know makeup to know that that's probably not a recommended idea. I don't think the lipstick should go near the eyeballs. I don't know. I mean, it's not the worst suggestion. I mean, I would just go to CVS. I'm not going to Sephora or anything like that. It is really not that serious for me to be spending all that money. Like, give me just good $5 makeup thing and I can work with it. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I do need to get makeup wipes though, because I realized that this earlier today. I was like, I'm gonna put a whole bunch of makeup on my face, then I'm obviously gonna need to wash it off that night because I'm not gonna sleep in it. And I don't have anything to take it off. Unless I would just like scrub vigorously on my face, which would not be good for my... Oh! That is a large Charmander. I'm actually kind of... You know, I'm gonna get it. Get over here. Fine, you want to play hard? Get one shot, nerd. Oh, that didn't one shot you. That is just a very large Charmander that I like. I feel like I almost have to catch it. Although that does take away a spawn. I just, as soon as I caught it, I realized that I'm gonna have to wait for another spawn because that's gonna be like empty for like 15 minutes. I didn't know there were size variations in this game. By the way, just found that out yesterday. Yeah, that's what alpha Pokemon are. That's what they were like in Legends Arceus. And then there is size differences in all other Pokemon games. Like in Scarlet and Violet and Sword and Shield, if you were to like throw your Pokemon out into like picnic mode, like one Pidgey versus like another Pidgey, one could be the biggest size possible and one could be the tiniest size possible. I think sizes have been visual in games since Gen 8. However, they've been a thing since Pokemon Go. Definitely since Pokemon Go is when, like, it's tiny, it's huge, started showing up when you catch a Pokemon. Oh, yeah. Small, medium, large. It's like, I forgot. I know this based off PK Hex because when I take thumbnail pictures, I go through my gift from Carl from FedEx, and it's like you can make a Pokemon as small as 0 or as high as 255, I want to say. And so I could do like a side-by-side comparison of like the biggest Pokemon versus the smallest Pokemon of like the same species. You want to see a ginormous Bulbasaur? I got you. You want to see the littlest itty little bitty baby? I got you. I thought my Excadrill was small. I was just surprised in general to find out Excadrill is a little bit of a small boy in general. I guess I don't really take into when I think of Pokemon, I just kind of imagine them being like big, but when they're not big, it's just kind of like, I don't know. It's kind of like, this is so bad. It's kind of like last night when I went on a date and I rolled up and the man was like 4 inches shorter than what he said on his profile. It's kind of like that same feeling. When you see a Pokemon, you're like, oh, that's Lucario. That's got to be a big Pokemon. You know, it punches, it looks strong, and he's a little short king. Then you just feel like, well, I've been duped. Mine's smaller than Alpha Dribbler. I think that would make sense. I mean, I feel like Alpha Charmander that I just caught would probably be the same size as like a regular Charmeleon. Probably around the same. The sizes are definitely more pronounced, I would say. And you can totally tell the difference in the wild now. I do like the concept of alphas, though, in general. They're like kind of like a boss that you have to like try harder to catch them because they're uber strong, but also just... Oh my god, are we gonna do this thing again where I keep yawning mid-sentence while stream? Sorry. They're like kind of like final bosses where they're harder to catch, but they also have like a visual aesthetic as well. So they got like, it makes it unique as opposed to every other Charmander in the area. Actually, I said size differences have been around like visibly since Sword and Shield, but that's a lie. They've been around visibly since Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. Because they either had like the little red aura around them or the blue aura around them, depending on if they were big or small. And then you could see them in the wild. How dare I forget about Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, one of the greatest games ever produced by Game Freak. I will replay that game any time of the week. Just holler at me, I'll be there. Replay Scarlet and Violet? I don't know about that one. Maybe go through a good old Gen 2 replay? I don't know about that one. But give me Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee? I like that one. Replay Gen 5. I did replay Black and White 2 a few months ago. We can cross that one off. I just skipped Black and White, to be honest with you. But because I like Black and White 2 way better anyways. So I did play that. I know it's not like an enhanced version, like how Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon is like a better game than Sun and Moon, in my opinion. Because it's like the enhanced version. But Black and White 2 isn't necessarily an enhanced version, it's a whole-on sequel, but I find the sequel to be better than the original. It's like the first 2 Shrek movies. I think Shrek 2 is better than Shrek 1. And normally it's like common knowledge that like sequels aren't as good as the original type of thing. So if like a sequel is actually better than the original, it's like a monumental thing. That's how I've always felt about Shrek 2, Black and White 2. I don't know. There are just certain things in media where I'm like, how did you top yourselves? How did you do it? You already had a great thing going, and then you made it even better? Speaking of which, I heard, I don't know if this was, I think that might have been recently, but they delayed the Shrek movie again. They're making Shrek 5, but they delayed it a long time. I'm pretty sure it was supposed to come out next year, and now I think it's coming out in like 2 years. It's gonna be a minute, and I don't know what's going on. Maybe they heard all the complaints about what the animation looked like and how weird the animation was, and how like Shrek did not look like Shrek. He looked like Shrek put into a blender, and then that was the final result. So maybe they kind of heard that, kind of like the original Sonic hate, where they're like, wow, this is freaking ugly. We should probably change this so it looks like what people actually want to see. And we get the actual version we want. Hi, Uni, welcome to the stream. Because they fixed Sonic, they can fix Shrek. I mean, Shrek's 2 years away, so they got plenty of time. The problem with Sonic was that it was like 5 months away from release, and they dropped a trailer where Sonic was the ugliest thing ever known to man. And then they had to delay the movie. This one's, it's already delayed. They got time to fix Shrek. Make him not ugly. I also saw a funny tweet, like, when it first originally got delayed. It was like the original plot synopsis was be like how Zendaya's character is one of Shrek's kids. It's like, I'm a big girl, I can do it on my own. I don't need my family. And then it's like the dad coming to realize, yeah, she is grown up now. That was like the plot, basically a very generic plot. And then immediately after the plot was like theorized, they delayed it. They're like, shit, they're onto us. They're onto us. We have to come up with a new story. We can't reheat our own nachos. Although I must make an admission, I have not seen Shrek 4 fully through. I know that is unheard of, but I've not seen that movie from start to finish. I've seen chunks of it, but never the full thing. Can I really call myself a Shrek fan if I haven't seen that? If it counts for anything, I saw Shrek 4D at Universal Studios, so I saw something Shrek 4 related. Garchomp and Metagross alphas showing up at the same time is kind of cracked out of its mind. What a dynamic duo. How's your day going, Uni? It's still early for you. It's getting late for me. Also, Finn, you might be confused come Friday night and or Saturday. In the WWE server, I don't know if you want to participate, but you are actively welcome to participate because everyone can do it. Submitting predictions. You can submit predictions for the matches on Saturday's show. And then we give points, and then champions are rewarded, and you're the champion of the server, yada, yada, yada. There's a whole thing. There's a whole process. And if you were to participate, theoretically, Finn, we have a thing for you to do, where you don't have to literally do anything but just send us your prediction. John Cena's gonna win, check. And we'll tally it up from there. But we kind of put ourselves into a jam where we kind of need, we're kind of having an empty slot of someone we need for a match, and we kind of need someone. I have a backup plan if you don't submit, so don't worry, no pressure. I have a backup plan. And it probably makes no sense of anything I'm talking about right now because you just joined that server. I'll try later. Predictions haven't gone out yet, but you'll get a ping in the server when they do. They have not opened. I'm almost positive ET's waiting until after Friday Night SmackDown, in case there's any matches added. Also, we have to come up with trivia questions too, which we have not done yet. So we have to figure out those questions as well. We got some work to do behind the scenes. Oop. Ariados, underrated Pokemon. I said what I said. I said what I said. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Hey girl, hey. I think Hippowdon's also a very underrated Pokemon. Is it any good in battle? Does anyone with a like crumb of VGC knowledge know if Hippowdon's decent? Because I find it to be underrated. So if I find out it's like decent competitively, then I love that for it. Otherwise, I feel like he's such a forgotten little dude. Or should I say forgotten large dude? Him and Hippopotas. Hippopotas, who I refuse to call Hippotas. Like, the propaganda I've been seeing is people have trying to pronounce it Hippotas now. And I'm like, we're not doing this. You can't do this to me. I think Hippopotas is the funniest way to pronounce it. It seems legit with the spelling. And I don't know what they said in the anime, so I'm just going to stick with that's the official pronunciation. Buzz it in. My ground type was Excadrill. Excadrills, I feel like a lot better just because of the dual typing. And, in this game, there's no abilities in this game. So, actually, Hippowdon doesn't have Sandstream constantly, where it messes things up. And makes a sandstorm appear every single time it steps out in battle. I just got 2 Barbaricles back-to-back and then 2 Simisages back-to-back. What are the odds of getting that? Probably higher odds than getting a shiny alpha. Probably. I am very tempted to start a replay of this game. However, I will say, doing the 1,000 battles literally destroyed me. Now, granted, if I did a replay, I wouldn't have to do the 1,000 battles again because I already have the shiny charm in my main save file, and there's only one version of this game, so I wouldn't need to like redo anything. But I'm kind of burnt on those battles. I am very burnt. They're fun-ish. They're fun. They're more fun to me than Legends Arceus because it's a little bit more interactive. It's not turn-based, and it's not whatever that agile and strong style were. But forcing us to do 1,000 battles was like crazy work. Crazy. We're gonna get you to play this new game mechanic and you're gonna like it. Especially if you want like the Master Ball and everything like that. For which I also did get the Master Ball because I got the shiny. It's the one right before the shiny charm. And then gold bottle caps as well. But I don't like how they make gold bottle caps and bottle caps in general like so exclusive. I feel like they're a little bit more abundant, or a lot more abundant, I would say, in Scarlet and Violet, because I remember specifically using the bottle caps a lot for those 7-star raid Pokemons and building specific Pokemons to help me. But in this game, like, I don't know where you can even get them. I don't think you can actively buy them. There is a cloning method in this game. I wouldn't recommend it because they haven't patched it yet because there hasn't been an update to my knowledge. But it also could like do some weird things in your Pokemon Home if you dupe a Pokemon. I don't know. I duped Pokemon in Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl before they fixed the exploit like 5 times because we kept finding new loopholes on how to do it. But to be fair, I didn't really dupe Pokemon. I just duped Pokemon so I could dupe items. I could get like 100 rare candies by just giving them all away. I never dupe. The only one where I have like legitimately duped a Pokemon Emerald. I remember hearing about that as a kid, and my friend who like actually had the games before me, and was like the one where he made me want to play Pokemon games because he had them. We heard about the duping thing and we're like, that can't be legit. There's no way. And then we followed the exact instructions that this random person gave to us at like our sister's basketball game. His sister and my sister played on the same basketball team, so we were hanging out not watching the game and playing Pokemon instead. And this random kid who's also a sibling of someone somewhere on whatever team told us about this thing. We're like, there's no way you can just like duplicate a Pokemon. You are straight up lying to us. Then we went home that very day, did it in Emerald, and that random kid, not lying. Shock and awe on our faces. And it's not even hard to do in Emerald either. It's a very easy method. It takes like a minute or less. Like once you have everything set up, you can get like a dupe a minute. But it's very easy for them to patch those things out in modern games because they can just do software updates. Whereas before, when it's on a cartridge, you can't really patch that out. So I can forever dupe Pokemon and Pokemon Emerald for the rest of eternity. If I so choose. I also replayed Emerald right before I played Black and White 2, because I said I replayed Black and White 2 a few months ago. I replayed Emerald. I did a vanilla run of Emerald where I didn't randomize anything. Except for trainers. I randomized trainers, but kept like wild Pokemon in the wild the same. Wait, no. Or was it the other? I think I randomized wild Pokemon, but kept them similar strength to what would normally appear in the wild, just so I could have like a new variety to run through Owen, but I kept all the trainers the same. But when I replayed Black and White 2, I randomized like everything. Trainers and Pokemon I would receive. But I made sure that the Pokemon I received in the wild were like of similar strength. I didn't want to go catch like a Mewtwo on Route 1. Like if Pidov's on Route 1, then it would substitute out for like a Pidgey. That's like kind of the alternative I was looking for. Not an OP team. The way that it's not PK hacks, but no. The randomizer. It's just the randomizer. It's not PK anything. The way the randomizer works, it's pretty cool how you can adjust how many Pokemon like trainers have in the game. Like boss trainers have X amount of extra Pokemon. I'm pretty sure they can go over 6 as well. Pretty sure you can give like a trainer like 12 Pokemon if you wanted to. Important trainers, random trainers in the wild you could do. Wish you could adjust shiny odds. There are ways to adjust shiny odds. How you do it, I do not know. And I know that there's a way to do it because of the fact that I did Shiny Lock. I did Shiny Locks of the Gen 6 games. And Gen 7. So there is a way to manipulate it, but I don't know how. Someone did it for me. I'm not going to lie to you. Carl from FedEx did it for me and then just delivered it to me. And I got it in the mail. I was like, oh my god, Carl, thank you so much for the randomized copy. What would you adjust the shiny odds to, though, Finn? Would it be like 1 in 50, like a shiny lock, or would it be like 1 in 1,000 or something like that instead? Because now that I have Charm, I'm 1 in 2,048, so I cut my odds in half. 1 in 100 or 1 in 200? Okay. I feel like 1 in 100, if you were just doing like a random replay and you weren't like actively like doing other things in the game, you just simply want to do a start to finish replay of Pokemon Emerald and adjust the odds to 1 in 100. That could be fun because you could, theoretically, you would get a Pokemon that is shiny with those odds. Somewhere along the line. It'd be almost, I wouldn't say it'd be statistically impossible to not see one, but it'd be very unlucky to not see one with those odds. I can't remember if the odds in Now to think about it, I don't remember if the odds in my shiny luck were 1 in 25 or 1 in 50. I know I changed the shiny odds just because when you're doing a shiny lock, you're not going to sit there for 8 years on one route. You kind of want to speed it up. So I think it was 1 in 50, but now that I've said that a lot, maybe it's 1 in 25. Actually, no, scratch that. I lied. It was 1 in 50 shiny odds. I'm thinking of Pokemon Go shiny odds for like Community Day. Community Day is 1 in 25. That's where I got that number from. That's how you do it, though. This is how we do it. This is how we do it. This is how we do it. Oh. I've only done one community day, but you can guess which. Dino. Dino, Zwellius, and Hydreigon. Final answer. Buzz it in. Yup. I also did that community day. Let's go. I haven't done a community day in a couple months, but to be fair, nothing community day related has like truly like made me like crazy that I want to go out. The last one I did was it was one of the Gen 9 starters. I don't remember which one it was. It was the one in August that they hosted. That was the last one I did. The kiddos are all checked out because of Halloween being tomorrow. Listen, Uni, I'm probably not the greatest person to come to this because I'm also checked out because I have the day off tomorrow. So I'm ready for Halloween. I'm ready. I'm with the kids. Like, let's go. No school tomorrow. No work. Just chaos. Although it is very fun that Halloween is on a Friday this year, and on a Saturday next year, and a Sunday the year after that. Sunday's a little bit less exciting, but it's still the weekend. You know what I mean? There's no leap year to skip days ahead. It's not till 2028, so I'm very excited. I remember, when I was a kid, the Friday Halloweens and the Saturday Halloweens, those were like 10 out of 10, insanely lit, like bonkers crazy fun. Because our at least my parents, don't know about anyone else, when like Halloween was on the weekend, my parents let us stay all like extra later. Like the normal trick-or-treating times are from like 6 to 8. I feel like that's the universally accepted time frame. Little kids can come a little earlier, like 5:30ish. I don't think that's a problem because they're younger, so they go to bed way earlier. But 8 p.m. is kind of like when you stop trick-or-treating. But those years, we were going to like 8:30. We kind of pushed it, where we were like pretty late knocking on people's doors, begging for some candy. Begging for candy, mind you, that I didn't even eat, because I don't eat candy. And I never have eaten candy, so it's not like I was doing anything with candy. I guess there's just ringing doorbells for funsies. Although, in fairness, we did do a weighing competition every year, where we would put our like pillowcases and whatnot of all the candy on a scale, weigh it, and then whoever had the highest won. My sister always beat me. I don't know how she did. I went to the same houses and she would always beat me. Literally made 0 sense. .0. Did I reset? I could have sworn it was Gardevoir and Clefable last time. No, I think I did reset. I think I'm just crazy. Crazy? I was crazy once. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Is it bad I forgot Mega Malamar existed? They made that whole thing hyping it up before the game released, and I totally forgot to even have a Mega, because there's other Megas that I'm focused on now that the game's actually out. I forgot to. It's like literally just being there that's reminded me. And honestly, for that fact too, Mega Dragalge. Forgot about that one. He's got a Mega too. I didn't. Well, that's a dragon, so that's why you didn't forget. Oh, did I? Actually, no. I was about to say it out loud. Did I do the side quest where I can go back to the sewers? Because there's hunts I want to do in the sewers. I want to hunt for Noibat. That's like one dragon on my radar. Is Noibat a dragon? Or is it just... No, I think it is dragon flying. Or is it normal flying? Noivern is definitely dragon flying. That's not a question, but... What is Noibat? Normal? Alright. Well, then I want to hunt for Noibat. That's what I want. That is what I want, and that is what I need. Logan, welcome to the stream. Here's your complimentary.
Hi, welcome to Chili's.
How are you doing today? Ooh. Your deck is almost done. I believe in you. There's the universal trade code hotline. Do I have a link to it? I do not, off the top of my head, have a link to the universal trade code, but I know if you were to Google it, it would be on Reddit, Twitter, whatever pops up on Google. That's the easiest way to get the trade evos. I think a bunch of shiny are spawning behind me inside Area 20. I haven't seen any in a while. Do you have the shiny charm yet, Finn? I don't know if we've talked about this. Actually, no, that's a lie. You do. You posted a picture of it. Ignore me completely. Hi, Flaming Raider. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a great day. La da dee, la da doo, la da da. Chat. Been streaming for 40 minutes and my throat is hurting. I'm an amateur at streaming these days. I used to be able to stream 4 hours, not a problem. Now I'm streaming 40 minutes and my throat's hurting. Got 2 Shalfas in under 200 resets today. Your luck is insane. Because where's my 1 alpha? Just 1. 1. That's all I want. That's all I need. Only 1 for me. You ever see that guy who goes on Legends Arceus just to catch a ton of Spheals? I have not. But consider on my main team, I respect the hustle. I literally had no plans to use Spheal at all, and then a shiny one popped up, and I was like, well, you're very lucky, Spheal, because I have 1 spot left on my team, wide open. And you're the perfect typing for it. And he kind of just, he joined the crew. I am thankful every day they improve the catching mechanics in this game, because Legends Arceus, I'm gonna complain about it until I'm blue in the face. I'm always gonna dunk on that. Legends Arceus is a very fun game, but the catching mechanics, ooh, needed some improvement, and I'm glad they made the improvement in this game. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. I'm gonna keep saying it. The way in which I would like, I think I would rate this game at 10 out of 10 if I had roller skates, because I would go so much faster, and it would be on brand since it's Kalos. I saw people still hating on this game. Like, people are still angry on Twitter, and I'm like, well, hey, that's a dumb thing to say, because everyone's always angry on Twitter. That's where people go scream at the wall for fun. But people were still, like, aggressively going after it. Like, I saw this, like, very positive tweet a day or two ago, and all the replies were just, like, crapping on the person's opinion. I think Legends Arceus is a good game. Or, no. I think Legends ZA is a good game. And the entire comments was like, tomatoes, 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 straight to the face. How dare you? And I'm like, I think the hating takes a lot more effort than the liking. Like, what are we doing here? Although, to be fair, you know, the tree haters really hated on Sword and Shield for years and years, so they never gave up that cause. Am I really surprised that it's only been a couple weeks and people are still mad? Not really, I guess. How dare you not have good textured trees? Meanwhile, this game is beautiful! I wonder if they continue the Legends series, which I'm almost positive they are, just because it sells so well. I think it had the 5th best opening week of any Pokemon game of all time. I think I read that headline. 5th best opening week of all time. We'll see where its final numbers end up at. Like, if it ends up being around where Legends Arceus was. Legends Arceus, I want to say, had like 14 or 15 million copies sold in the end. So, we'll see if it's better, worse, the same. Either way, I still think we're going to get it, because this is a pretty good idea for... It's not spin-off, because it's still main series, but spin-off in a way like... You're going back to a region and doing a brand new story instead of just remaking an old game. Because I think they were acutely aware that BDSP did not turn out great. That was not the one that was well received, very well, I'm sure, to their surprise. Now, granted, my hot take is Diamond and Pearl were never good games to begin with. So they were just remaking a bad game. What were we expecting? Because Platinum is the good game. Platinum is the Sinnoh game. Diamond and Pearl are awful games. They're bad. Like, they're slow as dirt. Level scaling out of control. Like, hard as heck battles. It's just like overall hot mess. And Platinum fixes all of it. As well as being cooler with like new story stuff too. So they remade the wrong game. They should have remade Platinum instead of remaking Diamond and Pearl. It's funny how they said we were going to have 3D textures for buildings in this game and decided not to do that due to lag. What was the point about a Switch 2? I'm going to be so real with you. I don't care anything about balconies on walls or flat textures. Like, if that building is flat, then lovely. I'm glad that they actually did prioritize not lagging, as opposed to making the game look better but laggy as heck. Because Scarlet and Violet on the Switch 1, they were like 2 times in the story where my Switch was actively about to catch fire because it could not handle what was happening in the game. And one was Lag Tree Thicket. And then the other, obviously, Lag Lake. Lag Lake was more of a problem though, just because it wasn't necessarily a story, but just trying to do hunts there was like impossible. And in Lag Tree Thicket, there was an actual story part of the game there, and it was raining in the story, and it was just like, it was a hot mess. It was a hot mess. Switch to fix that, by the way. I do know that. But it doesn't help that it's like, I hate to say it, but it's like 3 years too late. 3 years, a little bit too late. I already feel burned by Scarlet and Violet that I don't really have the desire or joy of thinking about going back and playing it. Like there's not a shiny hunt that I would do in Scarlet and Violet right now. Now that this game's a thing, like why would I go back to Scarlet and Violet unless I just like hate myself? I don't think Scarlet and Violet are bad games because the story is actually very good. I just think they ran poorly and it affected the overall experience. Also, I don't know. I would actually kind of rank... I don't know if this is a hot take. I don't know if this is a hot take. Either or. I'm not sure where this falls, but I would also say the Gen 9 decks of new Pokemon, incredibly underwhelming. Incredibly underwhelming. There were not a lot of, like, insanely cool Pokemon. I think the coolest one were the Paradox Pokemon, but they're reheating the nachos of existing Pokemon. So it's not like they did anything like crazy new or innovative. It was just like, here's Tyranitar, but in the future. I think Gen 8 is still a very top tier Pokedex, though. All the new, I would say a majority of the new Pokemon introduced in Gen 8 are like genuine 10 out of 10 Pokemon. I'm thinking like, what? God, I was about to say its name and I can't even remember its name. So is this really a point? It's the rock fire dude. It's Carkol. Whatever Carkol evolves into. That's who I'm thinking of. Graplocked, the little octopus fighting type. Morpeko, very lovely Pikachu clone. I would say the starters are pretty average, but not horrible. Who else did I use on my team? Wooloo. Oh, obviously. Wooloo. Duh. Wooloo is a cutie patootie. Toxel. Toxtricity. There's just so many like heavy hitters in Gen 8. They kind of popped off. I'd say it's probably my favorite decks of new Pokemon since... Gen 4. I think that's a good thing. What if I did a tier list video or on stream and I did a tier list of like the new Pokemon introduced in that generation? Not the generation itself, like the games or anything like that, but the Pokemon overall. I think Gen 1 would obviously be S tier just because it's Gen 1, so you know it, you love it. It's obviously a very good dex because it's the original. 151. I put Hoenn and Sinnoh and Johto probably in like A tier. Unova could probably go in A tier as well, just because there's a whole bunch of Pokemon in that game. Kalos would probably be the lowest. Kalos and Alola, probably the two lowest. Maybe we'll put them in B since that's the lowest. Actually, no, they're not the lowest. Kalos and Alola are a B tier, and then Paldea is C tier. So Paldea has the worst new Pokemon. Did I skip a gen? Oh, Gen 8. Gen 8 would be S tier as well. I think Gen 8 new Pokemon is on par with like quality-wise of like the OGs. I'm actually surprised more so that they didn't... Granted, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate came out before Sword and Shield came out, so there wasn't new Pokemon to go off of, but I'm surprised one of the DLC Pokemon wasn't a Pokemon from Gen 8. Like, it wasn't... We didn't get, like, Cinderace. We didn't get, Rillaboom or, Inteleon or anything like that. Like, one of the starters. We didn't get one of the legendaries. Well, I don't think Zacian will really work well. Zacian Zamazenta probably would not work well in Super Smash Bros. They don't seem like the characters that would go into that game. Instead, we got Sephiroth, a man who I never even heard of until he was announced for that game. I was like, who? From where? From what game? Final Fantasy 22? Oh my goodness. Final Fantasy VII, the remake, the remaster for PS4, upgrade edition on PS5. That's basically that's what I hear when I think Final Fantasy. Of just 8,000 games called Final Fantasy VII. There's So, I actually had to ask this question. I do remember asking it on stream because it was explained to me. So, it's the Final Fantasy series, like Final Fantasy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. And then Final Fantasy VII was so popular, apparently, that it's its own series as well. Like, there's Final Fantasy VII X, title of game. Final Fantasy VII X, title of game. And their own stories, but, like, based on Final Fantasy VII, something like that. Did I reset? I don't know if I reset. I'm going to reset again. So what I'm hearing is that Final Fantasy VII must be a very good game. I have never played the game. I just like Sephiroth. Who else is from Final Fantasy that's in Smash? Cloud? Is it Cloud? I think it's Cloud, isn't it? Oh, Cloud, look at my brain. I remember that. Look at it. I'm very glad I did not say Ike out loud, because I almost said Ike. Ike and Marth. No, they're Fire Emblem goobers. La da dee, la da doo, la da da. Sorry, I was looking at my phone for something. Chat, this is a short stream. I'm gonna wrap it up here. Just because my throat's bothering me. Got a text, and I'm gonna just call it here. But I will probably be live tomorrow. I mean, I have the day off, so it won't be like evening time, because obviously that's party and or trick-or-treating time. So who's gonna be watching stupid old me on YouTube? No one. Let me escape this. Let me escape this dungeon where Pokemon are actively attacking me. And then I'm gonna call it here. I will probably be live tomorrow, like I said. I hope to see you then. Sorry for the short stream, but have a great rest of your day. Bye.